What's going on, Red Nation? No matter what nation you're in, this is Rockets Daily, brought to you by FanArch. My name is David Delano. Make sure to go ahead and like and subscribe. Leave a comment. I'm going to be getting into some of your comments today, reading each and every one, and I appreciate all of them, the good, the bad, and the in between. Cannot promise you what the thumbnail, what the graphic is going to be today, whether it's to your liking or not, but I can promise you guys a few things. One, I'll always keep it real with you guys. Some days there's going to be more to talk about than others, but I'm going to do the best job that I possibly can, and hopefully the next show that you watch is better than this one, and the next one is better after that. I'm going to go ahead and always show the guys on the team, the fans, the people in the comments, the utmost respect, but we're also going to keep it real. We're not going to overreact to what we're seeing, but we're going to talk about what we're seeing and what's in front of us day to day, and we're also not going to sugarcoat thing and just be a fanboy and glaze guys. All right, so you can follow me on X and Instagram at Get Sports Strong. Let's go ahead and get into it. Rockets Daily, brought to you by FanArch. Now, I can't tell you what the Houston Texans preseason record was last season. Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl. Can't tell you what their preseason record was, even though I'm a huge football fan. Can't tell you what the Astros spring training record was. Yankees, Tigers, Dodgers, all the teams doing well. Can't tell you what the record was. So, Summer League, once the regular season starts in about 3 months, this will be an afterthought. If no one will really be thinking about this. But as for what happened on Friday, July 17th, there wasn't a lot of sports going on. The Houston Rockets had a game with guys competing for a spot, and it was on national TV. And, Fred VanVleet, a guy on our squad, champion Fred VanVleet, was an undrafted, mentioned it before, undrafted rookie who has started and had a very, very hell of a career for himself, and hopefully helps lead us to a championship this season. Point being, there are guys in the Summer League, a lot of rookies fighting for positions, second-year players, even more than that. There's going to be some of the guys in this Summer League who are going to be impactful players. Some people are going to surprise guys. It may take them a few more stops, but there's going to be some surprises out of the Summer League. Always looking for hidden gems. Rafael Stone, Ime Udoka in the building to watch it. So we're going to talk about it. And did not like what I saw. For what it is, it's Summer League, but we got to talk about it. Didn't like what I saw. First 5-6 minutes went well. And then Portland went on about an 18-2 run. Rockets were up 12-2 early on. And overall, it was just ugly. Rockets right now 0-4 in the Summer League. We talked about, and we're going to get into with the show, some of these topics are going to mix together. We're going to talk about what I saw in the Summer League. We're going to talk, there's actually one more game left. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the big transaction in the NBA today. Also, we're going to talk about some guard depth and get to you guys' comments. So those are some things to talk about. All right. This team, obviously, defense is very, very important. Defense is extremely important. You can see on the Summer League roster, we want guys, the philosophy, we want guys who can defend. Three-point shooting was a weakness. You got to be able to defend, play hard, and defend. I get it. But you also have to put the ball in the basket. Haven't looked at the updated stats for the whole entire league, but I mentioned yesterday, coming into this game against Portland, Rockets were the third worst three-point shooting team in the Summer League and the second worst free throw shooting team. Didn't do anything to help the cause. 5 for 25 from 3, 20 for 34 from the free throw line. Just under 59% from the free throw line. Man, these guys can't shoot, man. Kennedy Chandler, guy he's shown some things in the summer. You're wondering if he can maybe grab that 14th or 15th spot. 5 for 18, 0 for 4 from 3, 4 for 8 from the free throw line. minus 13. Brett, I understand, and I understand Cameron Matthews, the defense, right? Bring toughness, make Reed Shepherd work in training camp, bring championship defense to training camp. Athletic guy, one of the top defensive players in the SEC and all of college basketball. But at this point, this is not a rebuild. This is a win now situation. Might as well bring PJ Tucker back. Cameron Matthews 1 for 3. He looked good early on. The first few minutes, minus 21. This guy's an offensive liability, man. Offensive liability. I'm trying to see it. Maybe I'm just missing it. Based off of what we're seeing, that's all we could go off of. I'm rooting for all of these guys. It's not personal. If you run into me at Prospect Park, the one time I might go every 3 years, don't try, or anywhere, don't try to jump me, whatever. But I'm just no bias. I'm rooting for all these guys. Cameron Matthews, I don't see him helping this team other than, I guess if you bring the defensive intensity in training camp behind the scenes and practice, but not good at all. Great Asabor. Shout out to him. 16 points, 6 for 7 from the free throw line. One turn. He played well. Ran the court well. He hustled and placed for N'Faly Dante. Somebody who I think is probably going to have a very successful career overseas. Strong college player, throwback player, a little bit undersized, bigger guy. Just in today's game, I don't think he has the NBA athleticism, but he played as hard as he could and I think got the most out of his ability. Kevon Harris is probably been one of my favorite guys on the Summer League team. 28 years old. I like Kevon. Now, he did struggle from three-point range like everybody did. He struggled from the free throw line, 14 points, 8 rebounds, plus minus of 0. The only person without a negative plus minus, and a great at a minus of 3. But it just was bad all the way around. Adonis Arms, mentioned he was coming in shooting 18% from 3, 1 for 6 from 3 in this one, 2 for 12. It was tough to watch. If you haven't watched it yet and you're thinking about watching the replay, more power to you, but it just wasn't a good effort. We talked about, this is just the Summer League, but the Rockets need help at the guard position. And I know we could say, Summer League, it doesn't matter. Good Summer League teams usually, if you have a bad Summer League team, maybe that's a good thing. Oklahoma City's 4-0 for what it's worth. Only 3 teams, including the Rockets, who haven't won a Summer League game yet. Talking about guards, James Bouknight for the Trailblazers busted our ass. 25 points, 8 for 11, 6 for 8 for 3. We talked about Caleb Love before the game as the type of guard that's been giving the Rockets trouble in the Summer League. He struggled shooting from the floor, but plus 12 when he was out there. Young Hansen, we talked about, plus 19 when he was out there. Didn't look the greatest at times, but put together a decent game. And overall, my assessment, we talked about it with, Reed Shepherd's got talked about a lot. I just don't, right now, nobody on this, my assessment is we're going to put the Summer League behind us. Nobody on this team, I don't see right now, helping us really win a championship on game day. Maybe Cam Matthews, some of these guys obviously in practice as a team. There's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes. I get all that. But we need some shooters, man. We need some shooters. I love, the effort and all that, but just not good. Not a good Summer League product at all. One more game left. And that's because there is a summer league championship. Yes, there's 4 teams that get to go into the semifinals. So basically, once all that's decided, which it's been decided who's in the final 4, there's consolation games, and the Rockets get one more game on Saturday against the Minnesota Timberwolves, who were 4-0 in the preseason in the summer league. But they lost on a tiebreaker, so we get to play the 4-0 Minnesota Timberwolves. So one more chance to maybe put the ball in the basket. Cam Matthews, I want to see a little bit more. I think he's just doing what he can do. I'm trying to see it. I'm really trying to see it. Talk about the toughness, why they brought him in. I don't know. He's not helping the summer league team win. I just don't see it. Terrible game all the way around. Kevon Harris, great Asabor. I give the players of the game. I give Asabor. I mean, he definitely showed some heart, but ugly performance in the summer league. Guys can't shoot, and free throws even. Guys can't shoot. We need shooting. Orlando Magic and Rockets, worst 2 3-point shooting teams that made the playoffs last season. We got to improve on that. I know we got Dorian Finney-Smith and we got Kevin Durant. I still would like to see more shooters on this team. I'd like to see some guard help. And let's talk about that, because the easiest way would be somebody who's already on the team stepping up and surprising us. Reed Sheppard, still a question mark. We don't want to bring in someone who's going to stunt his development, but I think winning a championship this year is more important than worrying about that. And if we really bring in a true leader, it could even help push Reed more. Okay? I know we're talking about, guys like Cam Matthews pushing them, but we could bring in a leader on this team and someone we talked about, someone that would have been a dream situation going for a ring. Dame Lillard going back to Portland. Dame Lillard's not going to be a Rocket. We talked about it not being maybe urgent. Dame's made a decision. Bradley Beal going to the Clippers. It's going to be time to make a decision who's going to be the guard help. Do you feel comfortable with Fred VanVleet and then behind him Aaron Holiday and Reed Sheppard? We're going to add another guard. Nate Williams got cut for Cam Matthews. I mean, Kennedy Chandler, do you feel comfortable with that? Adonis Arms can't shoot. I like Kevon Harris, but is he really going to be playing meaningful minutes out there? Time to make a decision, I believe, on a veteran guard. I've been talking about, I like Seth Curry. No surprise, I've been saying that a lot. One of the best 3-point shooters of all time. Yeah, I'm talking about little bro, Seth Curry, not Steph. Led the NBA in 3-point shooting percentage last year. Yeah, he's 34. He's not the best defender. Got some strong defenders. We got some young guys who can get after. We need somebody who can shoot the ball, man. Chris Paul. This isn't clickbait. What about Chris Paul? They're saying that he wants to stay in LA. Lakers haven't pulled the trigger yet. They're talking about the Clippers. I don't think that that's the best fit for him to be reunited with James Harden, Bradley Beal. But, it's the Clippers, so it does seem like something that the Clippers would do. It doesn't really mean it needs to be a good fit for the Clippers to do it. But Chris Paul played in San Antonio last year. Stay in Texas for the final campaign. He's been here before. Fred VanVleet and Chris Paul. How's that going to not make Reed Sheppard better? How's that not going to make Reed Sheppard better? It's not going to be Dame coming back. And actually, as we mentioned, Reed Sheppard getting better. Let's dive into the comments here. All right, I want to read the names of the comments, although I might just make it worse here. So we had My T87. Oh, My T8780. Reed needs to be traded immediately. I said the same thing about Jalen Green last year, and Jalen Green fans were firing at me, so I'll say it again. If we don't trade Reed and get something in return, we'll be waiving his $12 million contract next year and letting him go for free. There's no way he's playing in Houston with this much bad defense. He's not Curry. Well, if that's the case, I don't know if we should trade Reed now, but it's definitely something worth talking about. And I just say that because I don't know how high his value is. But I think a lot of you guys, we had Senexer, worst pick since Josh Christopher. A lot of guys not really feeling Reed, but he's still young. We'll see. I mean, if he's sits another year behind Fred and behind Fred, Chris Paul, maybe we'll see what happens. But that's worth discussing here. When it comes to the comments, but I think a lot of this uh, says that we definitely need guard help. That's my belief, regardless of what anybody else says. That's just my personal observation, personal belief that we definitely need, to add some depth at guard on this team. We had a Luap 1991. This team will be lucky to make the playoffs. I'm not going that far. I'm not going that far. This is summer league, right? The sky's not falling, okay? The sky's not completely falling. When someone's gonna be like, "Oh man, you're tripping over summer league." Well, it's July 18th, right? What are we got to talk about what we're looking at. I mean, today at least, they went on the court with jerseys that say Houston Rockets on there, with the front office and the coaching staff there on national TV, and just couldn't shoot the ball. So it is what it is, and we've got to talk about it. And something here. We had James Donna Lane. I believe the Rockets can win multiple championships with this great group of free agents you guys brought in. Clint Capella and Dorian Finney-Smith, after acquiring Kevin Durant, is what has me so pumped for the season. ESPN will be all over this team. They'll be and they will have them on nationally televised games as well, as much as any team. So sky's not falling. Sky is definitely not falling. But my concern, and I'm going to say this now, the defense, the toughness, love the culture, right? Got Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant's kind of even said, I'm not going to mess up his quote about the ball going to different guys late in the clock. I mean, Dorian Finney-Smith's definitely going to help out. Jabari, Tari, hopefully they keep on improving with their shot. Hopefully having Kevin Durant makes things better for Fred VanVleet. Hopefully Reed Shepherd becomes more of a, when he gets out there with the main guys, he looks better. I'm hoping for all these positive things. I want another shooter, though. I want another shooter. Even from free throw shooter. I want another guy on the team that can make an open three at better than a 37% clip. That's what I want to see on the team. So thanks so much for watching Rockets Daily, brought to you by FanArch. Don't know what the thumbnail will say, D. Thomas. I got it, We'll see what happens, but hopefully you enjoyed it today. Rockets and Timberwolves on Saturday. Don't have a line yet. Best thing that came out of that game yesterday was, I did say Portland Trailblazers -4.5, so the prediction was true, but it was a rough watch. It was a rough watch, and I'm gonna go ahead and sign off for now. Let me know what you guys think about Chris Paul. Do you think it's realistic? I'm telling you, I'm not just trying to just clickbait. Chris Paul is still out there. What do you guys think about that? Malcolm Brogdon as well. I might be the only person really talking about Seth Curry, but it is what it is. Thanks so much for watching Rockets Daily. Brought to you by FanArch. Leave more comments about anybody you guys want to see, who you want to talk about. I will see you guys again on Monday. God bless. Be safe out there.